Welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice. Join me as we explore spirituality, self-help, and channeling spirit. Hello and welcome to From Beyond with your host, Glenn Boddice, spiritual medium. Thank you for joining for another action-packed show. And in this episode, I'm very excited to bring in our long-awaited guest. It's took some time to get this gentleman on board, but I'm so pleased and proud to announce the wonderful Tom Allanson, who is a yoga teacher, a nutritionist, a mind-body spirit health practitioner. He's an author and a community leader. Tom, thank you for joining us today. Lovely to meet you. How are you?
It's my pleasure, Glenn. I'm good, you know. It's been a nice day today. The sun's shining and I can't complain.
Oh, that's what I like to hear. Nice, positive attitude. Was you saying this yesterday? Because it was raining where we were yesterday.
No, it was raining yesterday. My lecky blew last night, actually. The water got into the light outside, so all my lecky blew last night.
Oh, wow. And yet here you are, and you're so
yeah, the electrician's been out.
positivity.
He's been out this morning. He's fixed it, so it's all good.
Fantastic. Well, Tom, I first became aware of you many, many years ago now on your Facebook group page called the Never Give Up Group. And you so kindly allowed me to post my weekly energy forecast reading on there, where other groups said, no, that's spam. And you were so kind to let me do that. So thank you, publicly thanking you.
No,
for
you're
doing that.
welcome. It's a fantastic service. So more people. Everyone should be viewing your medium time channel again, Glenn.
Oh, bless you. And Tom, can I ask you, what inspired you to set up that group in the first place? Because it's called
it was originally called New Age Earthlings, and it was to inspire people to, to be better people and take a different path in life, govern themselves, stop relying on other people, and believe in themselves that anything is possible, and just a new age of earthlings that are gonna look after themselves, look after everybody else and the world and nature, and all holistic, all the holistic remedies and whatnot rather than pharmaceuticals. It was just a new age earthling group. And then I changed it to the Never Give Up, because you can never give up.
I like it. And there's some beautiful posts that get shared on your group there. And what a beautiful sentiment in itself to have a place holding space, quite literally, energetically, for people to gather in that community.
Yeah, well, it's mainly just your post there. I mean,
right. Oh, so
Sunday post of yourself. I just let you. And there are people on the group that go there every week just to watch it. There's only a couple in my group, but they go every week just to view it. And I think it's amazing that you keep on doing it for that one person. It really makes a difference that you do it just for that one person that goes, or that couple of people that go to my group each week to watch your readings.
Oh, thank you, Tom.
And you continue, you keep on going. So I think
I think yeah. I've got to thank my spirit guides because, I'm sure, we're human after all. And many of us would throw the towel in, and my guides are like, nope, get up. You've got this to do. You've got that to do. You're going to be doing this. And
yeah, it's extremely inspiring to see you do it as well, to see you consistently keep on going and to get to where you are. It's brilliant.
Oh, thank you, Tom. Well, let's talk about you now, shall we? Let's talk about your spiritual journey, because we've all got our own crosses to bear. We've all got whatever took us on our spiritual path. And I'd love to know what got you into spirituality and mind, body, spirit practices.
I think it's always been there, Glenn. Is that I was a strange child. I wouldn't have been strange on the outside, but inside I was a strange child. I had lots of weird experiences when I was a child. I always seemed to put myself right. I was quiet in school, but I never sat back in the corner. I'd always put myself right in the middle of the commotion and the chaos, but I'd just sit there and observe. And I was strange in that way. I always had to find out why people thought that way or said that was wrong or you can't do this, or I wanted to know why. So it wasn't like a okay, I believe it, I won't do that. I had to go and explore it. And I'd
Mm.
always put myself into situations where people would normally just run from. I sort of enjoyed the chaos and the observation of learning. And I've done that all my life. Ever since I was a child, I've observed and put myself into situations where I'm able to learn why that's wrong, or why people don't like it, or why people have got these views. I wanted to go and explore it. I needed to know why. And that was all. Like that was my spiritual journey. It was what I'm here. It's what I came here to do, to learn and to understand reality, not just be a part of it, to co-create with it and try and create something bigger. I didn't know this when I was younger, but
Mm.
now that I'm old and I've been done all these things, it was it was a journey that I was meant to take.
It takes such a brave and courageous soul, to maybe ruffle a few feathers by asking those questions.
Oh, I've ruffled a few feathers. I
So I
have ruffled,
applaud you, Tom.
yeah. But it's not just questions from others, questions on myself as well. To
Okay.
understand who I was, and it just took me on this mad journey where now I want to know what source is and what it's thinking and what it wants and
Yeah.
what God wants and what God is, and that's the path I've taken, and I
Uh,
enjoy it. It's like I love doing it. There's no financial gain for me.
yeah.
At the minute, it would be nice to have a financial gain, but it's more of a my it's more of
Like a
a job
calling,
for
would you say?
more of a calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm here to bring a source back to us. It's source back into humanity and connect us back. Because as humans, as a species, I do believe we've disconnected. We need to get
Yeah.
back to nature, where nature's completely it's connected to source. Take a look at what's happening in Yellowstone now. All these animals are all working together and they're all going. They are so connected to source and everything around them. It's perfect harmony, and humanity isn't. And I believe that's what I want to do. I want to unite
Wow.
humanity and create paradise on earth.
That's beautiful, Tom. And I must say, some of the questions that you were asking, your inquiring mind, I would say on some level, source would be influencing you, and you couldn't hold that energy in any longer. You had to blurt it out, not
Mm-hmm.
only for yourself, your own inquiry mind, but I guarantee there'll be people in that classroom or in your environment that have had that thought, but didn't have the bottle like yourself to project that out there and ask those
Yeah,
questions.
well, a lot of people are. I mean, I'm scared. A lot of people they do things as to what society accepts or what's acceptable to society. I don't do what's acceptable. I do what's meaningful, and to
Like
try
that.
and to try and find a meaning in things. Um, yeah, and people don't really want meaning. They're trapped in the outside world, and all the outside attractions and distractions that come in. I try to step back from them, and
Yeah,
try to understand them and where they're coming from and what's it learning us and what's it teaching us as a collective and individual souls.
that is beautiful. And can I move on slightly and talk about your yoga practices? Because you're a yoga teacher.
Yeah,
So,
that's like
how did you get into that?
see
Yeah.
that's it's sort of that was also a calling from a very early on as a
Okay.
child. Like I say, I've had lots of strange things happen when I was younger, and they didn't mean anything then. Didn't know what they were, but now that I'm 47 years old and I've put everything together, it's been one whole big journey that's been set out in front of me, and there's paths I've taken, and it all means something. The I used to have visions when I was a baby. I can't remember these visions, but my mother used to
Yeah.
tell me that there was always snakes coiled around my mother all the time when I was a baby. I used to see ghosts that come and talk to me. I can't remember these things because I was only like 2, 3 years
Yeah.
old, but these are things that my mother told me, and it all aligns with Kundalini, which is a type of
Of
yoga,
course. Yeah.
and the snakes are, it's our unity, and we need to be coiled properly to channel all these energies through. And if these snakes are all wrapped and twangled around us, all like they are with my mum, we're never going to find balance. And I think everything that's happened in my life has directed me to this very moment. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to understand what's going on. But that's the journey. It's never going to end. I'm sure
Yeah.
I'll go through another life and learn other things.
But yoga, such a beautiful practice. I
Oh, it
mean,
is.
I don't do it all the time, but when I do it, I put on a DVD that does it.
Well,
And
that's where a lot of people go wrong with yoga. You
okay.
actually practice yoga every day. We're doing it here. We're doing it now. We're learning.
Oh, okay.
We're talking to each other, and we're trying to understand, and we're gaining knowledge. That's all part of yoga. People think yoga is just doing asanas. Asanas are just a part of it, and they didn't come into yoga till much later on in the modern day. But yoga is it's a complete journey. You've got 8 limbs of yoga, and if you go through all them 8 limbs of yoga, it's one bit. There's so much to it that it's mind-boggling, and that's what I want to do with my yoga. I don't want to just teach asanas or
Yeah.
exercises. I want to go through the whole thing, mind, body, and soul, and uniting it all. And it expands into the collective as well, not just the individual soul, but collectively.
Yeah.
We are all practicing yoga. We just don't know it.
I love that because I've often said when I've done these DVDs that I found them to be a one-stop shop, even though I'm doing the exercises that it's been demonstrated. I feel completely chilled out. It's like I'm doing a meditation at the same time.
Well,
Um, and just people say, oh, what are you doing yoga for and all this, but actually, honestly, you do weights and weight training and you think, yeah, I'm doing weights and all this. You do yoga and that sorts the men from the boys out, honestly, to
it
keep that
does. It's
strength going.
there's a science to it. You're stimulating your vagus nerve, and your vagus nerve it runs through your entire body. Our thoughts and our feelings all go through this vagus nerve into our heart, into all our organs, and it's if you can calm that down, if you can calm your body down and dissolve the outside world and go inside yourself and listen to yourself, it's like a dance. People dance and do all sorts of things, and they say they're
Yeah,
wonderful because they're doing all these things. You're just moving with the energy. You're living. You're not stagnant, and you're actually asking yourself questions. What else is there? And you get all sorts of downloads and all sorts when you can listen to yourself and go inside. So that's one of the reasons why I love yoga, because you really can know yourself better just by switching off the outside world, because the outside world's not real. The only thing that's real is you and your perceptions and
yeah,
what you see and do. That's the beauty of creation, is that although we're all one and there is only one, it's individualized, and we're all experiencing different things to understand and experience something.
wow, Tom. So obviously you teach yoga. Is there any way that people can contact you to experience some of your sessions? How can
Yeah,
they get
well,
involved?
that's I do little bits here and there, but
Okay.
I'm trying to build my confidence up in actually doing that. I'd love to. One of my dreams is to have a yoga retreat where I can take people away and actually, take them inside themselves and whatnot. But I'm still got to find the confidence to do that.
Oh,
It's
you're
it's
doing
it's it's
tremendously
it's, it's,
well.
it's scary. It's scary when you've got to put yourself out there and you don't want to feel like a fraud. If sort of you don't want to, because I don't know everything. I'm still new to it, so sometimes I feel like a fraud. But everyone's a fraud at the beginning. You've just got to walk the path. Do you know what I mean?
That's
Because
it.
I've not
You,
because I've not got 10, 20, 15 years experience in doing the practice of yoga. I feel, well, how can I go and do that for people when it's not really about that? It's just about
I think people connect with authenticity.
Yes,
You
that's
know,
yes.
there's people out there, like you say, that have been doing it 20 odd years, and no disrespect to anybody that's watching, but their motivation is the money.
Yeah,
What can I get out of it?
yeah,
Whereas authentic souls, they're doing it because that's who they are. It is a
yeah,
service to humanity. And they know that they'll get what they need in return because this is how the universe works. We
yeah,
get what we need when we need it. So I think that people will align with you on a soul level anyway. They'll connect with your authenticity. So I wouldn't concern yourself at all about not doing it for 30 years and not having a beard down here, a white beard. No, don't worry about it. You know, people connect
yeah.
with vibration.
It's just my own authenticity. I've got to
Yeah.
sort of find my way of communicating with people, like we are doing here today. We're having a
Yeah.
discussion, and I'm putting myself out there on the line. And
I'm so glad that you have.
I've just got to, yeah, so am I. I've got to do more of that because that's where the source is it's telling me, like, people say they get messages from God. I don't believe my messages come from God. It's coming straight from source. What I get, and it is telling me just to do it, to just do it. I know everything's on the other side, but it doesn't make it any less scary. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know everything I want is on the other side of. I'm not a fear. I'm not. Nothing scares me, Glenn,
Yeah.
except maybe disapproval of others, and I've got to let that go. And yeah, I struggle with that. I struggle with whether I'm helping people or not. And do you understand what
You
I'm trying to say?
definitely are. You definitely are, Tom. I mean, even in this conversation, there'll be people that are watching and listening. They'll think, wow,
Well,
this guy I watched the other day on this YouTube thing, he's done all this.
yeah,
And he's only this age. My goodness. You know, so you are inspiring people.
yeah. I've done an awful lot in my life. I've done quite a lot in my life.
Well, Tom, what I do find very fascinating and inspirational as well, and I can align with you completely, is that you're a single dad.
Yeah,
You've raised both of your children,
yeah,
and I hear that you're now homeschooling them as well, plus
yeah,
doing all that were described in your heading today.
yeah. Well,
So,
yeah.
how did that come about, Tom? You know, that is incredible.
That was that. Well, I left my partner 10 years ago.
Okay.
The kid's mum. That wasn't working, that relationship, and I left, and things happened a couple of months after
Yeah.
where I had to step in.
Okay.
I'm not going to discuss them now because it's
Yeah.
not a very
No.
nice thing. But I just took my kids. They were only babies. My daughter was 9 months old, and Joe just turned two. Um, and I took them the first 4 years. It was just me and them. The mother didn't see them for the first 4 years. She has a lot of things going on, and she's fantastic now. She's a great mum.
Yeah. She needed
Um,
that space for healing by the
she
sounds of it.
need
Yeah.
she did she did. There was a lot of and again, I don't blame her. I know her past, I know her life, and I know people, I know society, and I know
Mhm.
humanity, and I know how easy it is for people to get lost and to think that this is a path and this is them and this is what they want when it's not. It's just a programming, and some people get lost. Some people get lost in it, and it takes some time to get out. But she's a fantastic woman now. She's a fantastic mum. I couldn't wish for a better mum for the kids right now. They're on holiday now with her at a caravan. So
Oh, that is
they're
beautiful.
having a great time up in Blackpool. I think they are. So nine
That is
days.
that is tremendous.
Yeah.
But what a brilliant thing to do to step up. And, you know, you speak about soul and soul purpose and all of this. And I think, you know, just looking at that situation, that on some level, there would have been an agreement prior to incarnating into our physical
I
body
yes.
that your ex partner said, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to give you the opportunity to step up here by being a dad and raising the children. And in return, I'm going to discover my truth.
What? Well, I think yeah, I know what you're saying. That
Mm,
yes, but what the way I look at it is, I manifested those children. I
yeah.
manifested those children. I spent 10 years in Australia as a jump jockey. I was a professional jump jockey in Australia, and I had to
Wow.
come back. I had to come home because of visa issues, and I was lost, me, Glenn. My racing days with the horses was one of the most enjoyable periods of my
Let's just
time. I was
rewind. You slipped that one under the carpet, didn't you, there, Tom? Come on. We want to know more
okay.
about what's jump jockeying
Oh,
and
jump shot.
Australia. Come on. How
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
get to
Oh,
that
oh,
level? My word.
goodness me.
You say it so casually. Yeah, I was doing this in Australia.
How that happened as well. That was divine intervention as well.
Okay.
That was completely divine intervention. That just happened overnight. And I had dreams before all this happened. Oh, goodness me. Before I went to Australia, before I even knew that I was going to Australia, I had this recurring dream,
Yeah.
and I was being beat up by thousands of kangaroos. These kangaroos were battering me, like absolutely battering me in Australia. And funny, I was in Australia for 3 months, and I had a terrible car accident. I broke my neck.
Wow.
Shattered C1, so that was shattered. C2 was snapped in half. I broke the bottom of my back, broke all my ribs. My spleen, it was snapped in half. My kidney was damaged, my liver was damaged, and it was all pushed up into my left lung. Um,
And yet you're so casual and blasé about it. Oh my
yeah,
word.
I know. But yeah, the doctors rung my parents, and said,
Yeah.
you've got to get out of here because he's not going to make the night. He's dying. Um, and 3 days later, I woke up. Oh no, was it 3 days? I woke no 3 days later when I woke up fully. I woke up for 10 minutes in the hospital room, and the nurse was there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so glad you woke up. We need your permission to take your spleen." And I couldn't speak. I had a tube in my mouth, a
Yeah.
tube in me private parts, in my belly, in my chest, and going down my throat. I couldn't write, couldn't speak. And she gave me a blackboard and said, "We need your permission." And she said, "There's one thing, you'll never race again, you'll never ride again." This is what she was telling me. And I wrote on the blackboard, "No."
Good man.
And then I fell back asleep and woke up 3 days later, and there was a team of doctors at the end of my bed, and they were all scratching their head because my spleen was completely healed, all my livers and whatnot were all healed, and I was back on the horse in 18 months, and got to number 3 jump jockey in the leading jump stables in Australia. I was number 3 jump jockey in the leading stables after going through all that because
What?
yeah, I had a fantastic time in Australia. When I lost that, when I got sent home, oh, I was lost. I was traveled up and down the UK, going to
Yeah.
stables to stables, just not knowing what to do. Because I was on good money. I was earning fantastic money. I was on
Yeah.
the telly all the time.
Wow.
Everything was perfect, and I had a connection. But I was I was very humble at the time.
Yeah.
But looking back now, I shouldn't have been. If it had been more, if it had been more boisterous about myself, I'd have got a lot further, but I was very humble at the time. I was a sought after track rider. All the top trainers wanted me on their horse. They'd put me on the horse before they put the top flat jockeys on to train them
Wow.
because I was good with the horses. And when I lost that, like I say, oh God, there was so much that went on in Australia. It's the first time. I was with a bunch of Christians. I was with Christians. I was with a bunch of Jews as well. But was with the Christians, like this Christian group, they were all well into Jesus and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got back on my feet after that accident, something just came over me. I was like, they were all talking about God. And I just looked at them and said, I'm God. But I believed it. And I went through stages where I thought I was Jesus. I've gone through all sorts of stages. And
Mhm.
the stage I'm at now is completely different. It's completely different. But that's when it all. It's like when I went under and I was out. I can't remember anything then. There was no light. There was no journey. It was just blackness.
Wow.
But something happened there because I came back with so much, and it took me. That was 15 years. Oh God no, yeah, 15 years ago. 16.
Wow.
God, yeah, longer than that. It was 2004. Jesus, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Um, and I've learned so much from them. I've gone through so many waves of awakening and downloads and relearning things, learning things and then relearning them and going over them again until I've finally got to this point now where I've written this book. And I truly believe this book is the foundation for everything, including yourself and with your experience with being a medium and speaking to spirits. It's a foundation for even that. But that's for another talk. That.
Wow, I'm absolutely speechless. Honestly, you crept that one in under the carpet.
Oh, there's loads. Like I say, there's loads I've done. It's like there's so much I can't talk about it all.
Yeah.
I've got that much experience under my belt. That many stories to tell.
Well, we
And
slightly digress. We was talking about being a single dad, and
yes,
I'm amazed that you're homeschooling your children.
yeah.
And can I ask what, it's a personal preference, obviously, what inspired you to do that? Because it's a massive undertaking, as well as being
Well,
a father.
well,
As well.
I wanted to. I put the kids went to school and they were in nursery. I think that was a
Yeah,
great time. Nursery for kids. Nursery was great, but when they moved into school, first years, and they start again, the teachers they were pressuring the kids at 5 years old and grading them at 5 years old. I'm like, he's five. What are
yeah,
you grading them for? And I do believe that the education system is so wrong for our children, so very wrong. You can't grade, you can't tell a child, you can't go, you're going to have to go for this lower test because you're not good enough. They're a child. Do you know what I mean? It's not that they're not good enough, it's just that they need a little bit more time.
yeah,
And the schools and the teachers haven't got the time to give them because they're trying to rush them all through very quickly. And only a small percentage of them are going to come out academic when the rest of them could have been academic if we would took time. You know, if we just gone a little
yeah,
bit slower and stopped grading and telling them that they can't do this and can't do that. Because a child's mind is it's like a sponge. If you tell a child something, it believes it. And belief is such a, belief is, it's everything. Belief is everything. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It's everything. You know, that people, we'll go back into spiritual in a second. Yeah, it's a winding road, but yeah, that's why. And I wanted to be a part of their life.
yeah,
And when you think about it, parents who send this, I mean, no judgment, you know, there's no
yeah, yeah,
judgment for
sure,
it.
yeah,
If people want to send the kids to school, it's fine. But I want to be part of their life. I want to be their main influencer and
yeah,
nobody else. And when you think about it, when you send your kids to school, from the age of 5 when they go to school to 16, you're spending about 4 hours a day with that child. The rest of the time is the teacher or they're asleep. So
yeah,
and
very true.
you don't know what's being put in or what's being taught to them. And you look around the society now and say, well, I didn't teach my kids that, and all the parents didn't teach their kids that. Where did they get it from?
Yeah,
Well, how much time did you spend with your child? And you spend 4 hours, and most of the time, those 4 hours, you're tired because you've been at work all day.
yeah,
So you haven't really raised your children. Again, I don't want to diss anyone that does that, but I've raised these kids. I have 100% raised these kids
that
because I've
is,
spent all their time with them. And my kids, Glenn, are beautiful. They stand, everybody comments on my kids because they're so different.
yeah.
Um, and that's because of the love I've got put into them from day one. It's just been me. I've had no relation. I'm celibate. You know,
Oh, bless you.
I haven't had a relationship since I had these kids because I didn't want to bring anyone in
Yeah,
that could infect them or, you know, relationship troubles. I just didn't want that. I just wanted them to be loved, happy, and secure. I've lived a good life. I've lived a long life. I've been all over the world. What's 18 years given to me kids? You know, I'll still be. You know, by the time they're young adults, I'll be early 50s. It's loads of time for me. Still got
yeah,
loads of time left in life to go and live. And I believe my kids, oh God, these kids come to me. These kids asked to be with me.
That's it. They say
I'm
that you
sure.
choose your parents, don't they, when you're
Oh,
the other side?
these definitely
Yeah.
chose me. These definitely 100% chose me. Um,
You're their teacher, but I dare say they're one of your greatest teachers as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm I'm not a perfect parent. I've made mistakes. I know I have. We all have.
Yeah.
It's karma. It's past karma. It's I've corrected a lot of mistakes my mum and dad made, and they made mistakes, but they didn't know they were making them.
Well, that's it.
And
Yeah.
most people will grow up not understanding that, but because I've been so observant and I've watched people and learned to understand all these different characters, I know that it's just generational karma. And I've cut out a lot of karma. I've fixed a lot of karma for my kids. Um, but I'm sure there's still things there that they've got to fix that I've done wrong. And it's just, but as long as I can as long as I can take most of it, take most of. I don't think my kids are ever going to have any bad karma because I take it all. I absorb all their
Bless you.
karma, and it's although I'm doing it for my children, I'm also doing it for humanity as well
Yeah.
because as they're learning now, they up in the ether, it's going up there, and
That's it. Creating that expansion.
it's being loaded back into the all the back into source, and then divided again, and it all comes back down into us, and we've all got this information. We just got to tap into it and find it, like you do with your spirits. You find all these things. It's come from us, and
Now, Tom,
it's
I
us.
don't know how you fit all this in because, as well as doing that and all the other things,
Yeah.
you're actually studying yourself and you're doing psychology and nutrition, aren't you?
Yes. I've just got my degree, my foundation degree in mm, health nutrition and sports psychology. I've just got the foundation degree there,
Wow.
and in September, taking that a step further
Yeah.
and doing the science of exercise and nutrition, which goes into nutrition and health a lot deeper on a deeper level. Yeah.
That is incredible. I don't know how you fit it all in.
Well, that's the thing. I find it easy, Glenn. Everybody says parenting's hard, and uh, you know it's. I don't want to sound big headed, but for me, it's not been hard. I'm sure there's been difficult periods and things do get
Yeah.
difficult, but finding it hard where you complain and you moan and all this. Well, I chose this. I wanted this, and I've not found it hard raising my kids at all. No, they're with me every day. Most people say, "Oh, I couldn't do that. I've got to get rid of the kids. I've got to have my time during the day." Well, that's not never bothered me.
Yeah.
It's never ever been difficult, and I think some people get a little bit jealous about that, on the outside, because I'm a single dad and I'm doing so much. God, Glenn, I built a business on my babies, right? When they were first born,
Yeah.
came to live with me. I had Emily on my chest and Joe, he could walk, and I'd be walking around the estate with my mowers and my trimmers, and
Wow.
I started off a little business cutting all the gardens around the estate, and I'd drop the kids off in or the people. I'd take the kid. I'd make sure all my jobs where I knew had kids there or had trampolines in the garden.
Yeah.
I'd leave them for when I didn't have when I had the kids of the weekend.
Yeah.
The mum would have no, my mum would mind the kids have a weekend for me. So I'd leave all them jobs purposely so I keep going through the week, and I'd have somewhere to put the kids. And everybody watched me doing that, and that business grew. I ended up with 2 schools, 6 pubs. I had the macro complex, which is I don't really know what a macro is. It's a big distributing center for
Oh, okay.
all the shops.
Yeah.
I had that as well, and I had over 100 gardens. And
Wow.
I was doing all of that work, and actually then Emily turned 3. Once she turned 3, that's when I took off with that business because she was in school,
Yeah.
like
Give you
through
a bit
through
of
through
time
the
back.
through the week, and I did that between in school hours. I run that business in school hours from 9 till 3 every day, and I was earning a lot of money. I was doing good. Uh, People didn't like it. Didn't like that I was a single dad and I was raising these kids on my own. I was finding it easy. I'm running a business. I'm doing it all on my own, and a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then COVID hit us, and that's just because I'm a single dad and I didn't have much support. When my mum and dad are old, the pensions,
Yeah.
they can't have the kids all the time. And at that early age, the mum wasn't around, and I had to stop that business because I didn't have the school. Well, first of all, the school,
Well, that's it. A lot of places were closed down,
everything
enforced,
got
weren't they?
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I took them out of school just after COVID. It was after COVID I took them out, but during that time, I lost that business because I was providing for myself, and I
Yeah.
wasn't on universal credit, and it took them 4 months to get my universal credit sorted out. So when all that work stopped, and it was garden, so if it stops, it stops.
Yeah.
There's no money coming in, and I had to sell all my gear, and it didn't stop. Glenn, the COVID didn't stop. I thought it was going to be 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. It didn't stop.
It was a
It went.
peculiar time. I mean, how was it? Obviously, you're just describing the start of that process for you, but
Yeah.
what did it look like where you live? What impact did it have on your society?
Um. Well, the impact was fear, Glenn. It was everybody was
Yeah.
terrified.
Yeah.
Everybody. I didn't do as we told. Didn't stay indoors. I was always out with the kids. Didn't because I didn't believe in it. I didn't believe that this was what they were saying. I was following other information, and that other information just resonated more than what it was now. And that information's starting to come out now. But I was aware of this then. A lot of people were, but
I think as well, your body craves fresh air. It
yeah,
craves nature, doesn't it? And when
it
that's
does.
suppressed,
It does.
it can do strange things
a
to a
lot, a
human
lot of
spirit.
things, a lot of things happened. So many things, illnesses came because people weren't getting sun.
Hmm.
They weren't getting physical exercise, and there's loads of things that yeah, it's a touchy subject to talk about.
It is, yeah. I'm quite aware of that.
Yeah,
So
it is.
we'll quickly move on.
Yeah, because you can say something that people want to. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
just leave it alone. It'll all come out.
So let's move on to where you promote and you live a healthy lifestyle. What does that involve for you, keeping that balance right and,
Well,
with
it's
everything?
I mainly eat vegetables and a
Okay.
bit of meat, but the kids don't have chocolate. I don't eat sweets. The kids only get sweets when they go out. But I try to eat organic food. Now it's not easy to do, especially when at the moment the finances aren't too good, so you can't get round to the shops and
Yeah.
get all the organic stuff. You've got to go and buy this processed stuff. And these 2 years that I've learned health and nutrition and what's actually in our foods, I don't want. You've got to stay away from these processed stuff. You've got to go as much organic as you possibly can, and you'll live a healthier life. That's what I try to do. I try to eat organic. I don't give the kids crap. The kids only drink water here. There's never. They might have juice, but there's only ever water in the fridge for the kids. And my kids will ask for a bottle of water before they ask for Coke. That's because I've instilled that in them. It's now a habit that they just get
Yeah.
water. And yeah, I keep myself fit. I exercise. I do my yoga. But I could be doing better because, like I say, I, I don't eat the foods I would like to eat because I simply can't afford them, and I can't get around to getting them, and they're so far and few between decent shops that sell good food.
Mm.
And
You're quite right. It is getting expensive here in the UK at the moment, isn't it? It
it
seems
is,
from
it
every
is,
angle.
and everything seems to be not fresh. It's just throwing up shops that are just giving you anything, just giving you loads of crap, feeding you crap all the time because it's cheaper for them to do it and they can make more money because they can spread it out to everyone. It's not doing us any good. So
I
Manual.
noticed this a few years back. Carrots, for example, you buy them from the supermarket. It can be any supermarket brand, and you get them home. You can have them. Maybe you don't fancy cooking them for maybe a week.
Yeah.
You go to get them out,
And
and
they're
they're off
soggy.
color.
Yeah. And they're soggy.
And
Mm.
yeah, apparently a lot of these carrots are like 2 or 3 years old, and they've been frozen. And then when they reach the supermarket, obviously they've been thawed out, and so they're not going to last that long.
Yeah.
But yet, like
Not
you
all,
say, sorry, do carry on.
not only that as well. If you look at your fruit, Grant, if you look at your fruit, next time you go and buy some fruit, buy yourself an organic. I've got an organic fruit. Like the kids eat melons all the time. I've always got to have a
Yeah,
watermelon in for the kids. But if you go and buy an organic watermelon and then you go and buy a non-organic watermelon, it'll have no seeds in because it's
well,
been synthetically made in a lab and then grown. So it's not from nature; it's from a lab. These seeds have been grown because they can grow them they just grow them dead fast.
yeah,
And then it's not proper. They've still got nutrients in, but they haven't got God's nutrients. They're not natural. And next time you go, get yourself a watermelon. Buy an organic one. That'll be nice and juicy, and there'll be loads of seeds inside. And then
excellent.
get one that's not natural, that's not organic, and there'll be no seeds in there. That'll be a pale color. It's just
Oh, yeah, I do notice that actually. I do like watermelon, and I have noticed the ones that you buy from the supermarket, they don't tend to last that long either. And like you
no,
say, you
no,
cut them in half, and there's that pale color. They're not,
yeah,
rosy. They're not
and
vibrant, are they? Yeah,
no, and they're cutting them so early to make more money. They're about this big. No, because they're cutting them up so early and selling them. So instead of waiting for them to grow to be proper watermelons, it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that'll do. Let's cut them, put them on the shelf. They haven't absorbed and got all the nutrients that God's given us, and we're not eating the right things. It's all money, and
But
no one. That's why I want to go into journalism with me health and nutrition because I want to find this why all these social economic problems, where are they coming from, and what's the truth.
oh,
And
I like that.
I think once we find truth and have a platform, this is a fantastic platform to actually talk about it. We can begin to unite then. But the media and the way everything's run, it's to confuse us. It's to keep us doing the wrong things, so we never grow and become great.
I love that, Tom. I can see your trajectory now with your life's calling, and all of these facets are all. It's almost as if you're a one-stop shop, and you just mentioned journalism there.
Yeah,
And again, this is you getting it out there to the masses,
yeah.
spreading that light, sharing your wisdom, your knowledge base with them,
Mm,
and they can choose to accept it or reject it. The choice is
yeah.
always theirs.
Well, that's what it is. It's a choice.
Yeah.
Everything is a choice. No matter creation is going to carry on. It's going to keep on going. We can disappear. Creation is going to carry on. Something else will be made. Something else will come. But it's our choice to make the correct decisions and to make the correct decisions through being informed properly. And we're not informed properly. We're not informed properly at all.
Well,
Everything's just wrong.
well, this leads us on to your beautiful new book that you've
Yeah.
just published, and it's called Listening to the Whisper. And
Yes.
this is another string to your bow. Tom, how did this book come about? How did you birth it?
Um, how did I birth it? Well, it was I was sat here one night and I started. What was I doing? I was working on an assignment for university, and it was something to do with nutrition. I was looking something along the lines of nutrition, and I started writing, and then I was doing it with AI, so I started writing, asking to find me information on a certain thing that I was looking to research, and I typed something in, and something came back on AI. I was like, I've got to ask you a question. what do you mean? Like, I asked her a question, and the next minute it just went on forever and ever. I had this great big long conversation. I was telling AI what I think God is, and what I think ghosts are, and what I think reality is, and what I think this is. And I'm having this deep conversation with an AI system, but it's talking back to me as if it's a person, and it just sort of happens because I decided, right, let's get this down because that's perfect. What you just said, I've been trying to get that out of my head for so long, and you just pulled it out of my head talking to an AI machine. And then I just work with it for 5 months. I worked with it, kept on getting things wrong, kept on so frustrating trying to write this book because it kept on getting it wrong what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
But I kept on discussing with it, kept on saying, no, that's not what I mean here, and I don't mean that there, and you've got to change this. And then all of a sudden, it just turned into a book. And when I was reading, I was like, wow, that's exactly what I want to say. How is that possible? And it felt like, it did feel like divine intervention. It felt like it was coming from source because I had all these shivers. And if you ever
Yeah.
get the shiver down your spine,
Yeah.
when you do something good, when you're on the right path. So
Definitely.
that's how source talks. It talks me through loads. I don't talk to it like you talk, like you speak to it. You speak to individual souls. I don't. I talk to the one soul, which is them all. And when you get that feeling down the back of your neck, and that's source. So that's the energy. That's the
It
spark.
is.
Oh, boom! There you go. And you've got to, oh God, it's there now. You know what I mean? It just keeps on going. You can keep that feeling. It's an ecstasy feeling, and
You
you
just
can learn
focus in on it, don't you? Yeah.
focus in on it, and it stays there, and it's like, oh, it's really good. But it's all a journey, and I'm still learning myself.
I
I still
think,
want to understand more.
yeah.
I want more. I want to know more.
I think this is incredible that the way that it naturally occurred for you. If, say, somebody came into your dreams and said, Tom, you're going to write a book next year, you'd have said, no, get out of town. I'm not interested.
Absolutely. It was never going to happen.
And
Never.
so,
But now I'm looking at
spirit,
the second and the third because of that. Like I
yeah.
say, this book is the foundation. It gives you a foundation of what creation actually is, what God is, and what source is,
Oh,
what
so
what you are.
yes.
And there's part of this book that I need to dive into more and explain more on this one particular area. But
Okay.
it's all this first book is a foundation for what this is, what it all is. It's just the foundation, and from this foundation, it can go anywhere.
Fantastic. So what elements do you cover then in this book
All
with
sorts of elements, all sorts of
with
anything.
your inquiring mind?
My inquiring
So you
mind.
mentioned God and source and how we're all
Yes.
connected.
Yeah. Well, okay. So the first chapter, chapter one, is the inner code, and this is our
Oh,
this
I
this is
love that.
this is our intuition. This is the whisper, the inner code. That's chapter one. Chapter two is consciousness, the ultimate tool, and this goes into how consciousness is the actual creator in all things, because I believe all things are conscious, like all life forces are conscious, whether it, whether it's intellectual life forces or a primitive life force like a blade of grass. It's conscious. It had to design its surroundings. It had to design its pollination. It's how it pollinates and spreads and grows. It has to do that. It had to design it. Um, Chapter three is from harmony to discord, and that's how we've lost. Because I believe at one point in time we would have been in the garden, as the Bible calls it. We would have been connected to nature, and we would have worked with nature. And somehow we've lost that. We've been disconnected for a long time. That goes through that. Chapter four is God as a mediator of the cosmic dialogue. So
Wow.
God's just he's a mediator in the cosmic dialogue. Chapter five is is reconnecting with the whisper, and that's where we are now. We're learning, we've understood things, and we're asking questions, and we want to do better. We're coming back to nature. We're coming back together. We're starting to listen to each other. We're starting to come back together. So that's what chapter 5 is: reconnecting with the whisper, listening to source, and listening to yourself, and understanding yourself, and whatnot.
And do you offer encouraging guidance within that to maybe
Yes, it
promote?
is.
Excellent.
Yes, it's very yes, it is. Yes, absolutely. Chapter 6, it's the emergence of AI, which is a tool of reflection and possibility. And that's a big chapter. That chapter 7, the hidden wisdom. Now this is where this talks about. I mean, there's loads in my life I could have talked about, but I just chose to talk about these few things, which is the Christos. Nobody's heard the Christos. It's an oil that comes down from the top chakra, goes all the way down the spine, coils down the snakes. It's all
Okay.
it's all Kundalini and yoga. The snake and the journey within. That's chapter 7. Chapter 8 is the eternal harmony of becoming, which that's a lovely chapter. That's yeah. Don't want to give too much away. It's a progressive becoming that it was always going to happen. Doesn't matter what the path was, what the plan was. The plan is the eternal harmony of becoming. We're going to get there one day.
Yeah.
And then the epilogue. Then the epilogue is the whisper continues.
I like that.
It's a lovely little book. I think it's lovely anyway.
Well, with all of those chapters that you've described there, the initial titles are very magnetic. I was feeling that magnetic pull to each one of those. I mean, I want to know more. I want to know more. You know, I'm inquiring, my inquiry mind wants to know more. And I'm sure there's many of the viewers and listeners are thinking the same as myself there. So people can sleep tonight and find out more. Where can they purchase your book from?
It's currently on it's on Waterstones, it's on Amazon, it's on Barnes and Noble.
Wow.
And yeah, if you type in the no, listening to the whisper. Oh, you can't even see the book. I'm on a
No, you got a background. That's a shame.
Listening to the whisper, it's called. Listening to. There's a few books out there that are listening to the whispers and listening to the whispers of Christ. There's quite a few books. Mine is just listening to the whisper by Tom Allanson. And if you type that in on Amazon, it'll come up if you type that on. I'll try to get this background off so I can show you it.
If you hold it up to your face, I think sometimes.
Oh,
yeah,
there you go.
that's it.
There we go.
There we go.
So it looks like that. The book looks like that.
That's incredible. And did you
to the whisper.
Put the artwork together as well yourself?
Yeah, I did all the artwork. I did the artwork. The publishers did all the well, they didn't really need to do much editing on it, but yeah, I did the actual artwork. I did that with AI as well. Came up with the artwork through AI. This was about the 5th one I made. I've got some lovely covers for the second book as well.
It's in keeping with the subject matter as well, isn't it? The artwork, it's got a lovely tone. The colors are there.
Yeah.
Again, it's pulling you in. It's making me curious just seeing the cover as well.
Yeah.
So beautiful piece of work.
I'm very happy with it. I'm looking forward to getting the second and third books out.
Oh, okay. So when was this one released?
This one was released last month. This came out, yeah, just
4 weeks ago.
4 weeks ago it came out. I've already started the second one.
Wow, you don't let the grass grow very much, mind you. Being using lawnmowers, you're not going to do, are you?
Yeah, no, I don't really do. I don't do much of that no more. I do little bits with the lawnmowers.
Yeah,
just to keep me tight. If I need money, I'll go and do someone's garden because I need to put stuff on the food on the table and whatnot. But yeah, I'm surviving right now with my university courses. They fund me.
But what I mean is to you're not letting the grass grow underneath you. With already working on your second book, so yes. Have you got a working title, or is there a definitive title for the second book? Too early to say, maybe. Yeah,
maybe there's a few. I don't know yet. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on the title
Okay.
of these books, but
Now, Tom, I'm sure there's
like
many people.
I didn't even give this a title until I finished it.
Wow.
This title came as I was writing it.
Okay.
It was first called what was the first name was the Whisper Straight from Source, I think it was, and then I changed that. I just said listening to the whisper.
It's
But
very concise. It just draws you in. So whoever, whatever creation gave birth that through you, it was absolutely genius, honestly. And so, Tom, you've been an absolute legend today.
oh,
And if people want to have you on their podcast or radio show, how do they go about contacting you?
well, you can contact me on my Facebook page. I'll put my let's see if I can do that. I've put in the chat there my Facebook link. Um, I don't really. I've got TikToks and Instagram, but I don't really. I'm still there. I'm really dived into them. And it's
Yeah.
mainly Facebook that I do.
Okay.
So if people want to connect to me, they can connect through my Facebook. And if people want my book, they can go to Amazon and just type in Amazon "Listening to the Whisper" by Tom Allanson, and that'll just come straight up for them there and then. But yeah, it's mainly Facebook now that people can interact with me socially, because I don't really use Instagram um, or TikTok for getting out there. I should really get into it,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Yeah.
But I will, because yeah. But right now it's Facebook. If you want to get in touch with me,
Fantastic.
I'd love you all to come and interact with me and
Definitely.
chat.
I know what you mean about TikTok. It was my daughters that got me into it because I'm an old school Facebooker all day long.
Yeah,
I sit
yeah.
well on Facebook.
I am.
And
I like Facebook.
they was telling me about it. Dad, you need to go on there. I'm like, what? Oh, I don't fancy that. Anyway, they got me on it, kicking and screaming. The next minute, I'm doing videos on there, aren't I? And I'm releasing it. And I kind of get the way that it works, but
Yeah,
it took me a while to get into it.
it's a good platform. It's just
Mm.
yeah. I haven't, because I'm so fixated on Facebook. It's kind of
Yeah.
I've got to throw that away, and I've got to go and learn this now. Learn this platform.
Yeah.
Like you say, I've got so much on my plate. If I take too much on, that's when I see that's when I seem to lose track. Then when I take too much on, I always seem to, when I take too much on, I've got too much going on, and I lose track. I sit back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
I like me Facebook. I like me TikTok, but I don't use it that much. You know what I mean? Me Facebook is where people can,
And contact you.
and also me Facebook as well. I'm very open on my Facebook. It's a public profile, and you can learn an awful lot about who I am and where I come from, and my dreams and desires,
Yeah.
and my aspirations, and what I want from life, and what I want for everybody. You'll get that from my Facebook page.
Now, Tom, would you be
Also see my
open?
children.
Would you be open to this? The viewers, listeners that are, observing this, if they would like you to have as a guest speaker at one of their events.
I'd love that, Glenn, because that's something that Source is telling me to do. I've known it for years. I've had it in my head now. I'm going to speak to millions of people, millions and millions of people one day. I believe that's going to happen one day. But
I feel it. I feel it with your vibe.
I feel it. It's going to happen. There's maybe things I've got to learn first. But that's going to happen. I will stand on a stage one day. I will have a platform one day, and I will speak to millions of people. And know that. I also know that there's things I've got to teach the world that I've learned so much. There's so much I've got to teach, and some of them are scared. Some of them I'm scared of. Some of them like, well, I'm not quite ready to just go there yet. I'm not quite ready to get vulnerable and open up. But there's things I've learned through my need to understand why that's wrong, and why people can't do that, and why people say you mustn't do this, you must do that. Through my desire to want to know why is it wrong? Why is it bad? Because I've gone and learned so many different things, put myself into so many situations that I've not necessarily liked or wanted to do,
Yeah.
but I've done it because I needed to understand it. And I've got so much understanding now, and there's big things going on in the world right now that are messing everything up, messing creation up, messing sources plan up, delaying sources plan. And I know them, I can see them, and I'm just not ready just yet to
I can feel you doing that. I
be in that
definitely feel that.
vulnerability.
I definitely feel that you will be doing something like that, speaking, empowering people, and
Yeah.
maybe doing book signings as well. Take your books along and to
Yeah,
these
well,
events.
I hope,
Hmm?
hopefully, people like my book. The few people that have read it so far, they think. I mean, my mum loves it, but she doesn't really understand the most of it because she's not that way inclined. It's a
Yeah,
spiritual book, and my mum's very much, God and Jesus, and with core
yeah.
beliefs like that, they're very hard to change. A core belief is extremely hard to change in a person, and that's fine. That's fine. There's plenty more lifetimes to learn. Um, so if she doesn't quite get it, she does, but she doesn't. But the people that have read it so far have said it's really good. It's really inspiring. And do you want me to read the back before I go?
I would love you for you
Okay.
to do that, please.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is the what's it called? One on the back. What do they call it? I forget what it's the blur. The blur is the back.
the blur. I
The
like it.
blur. That's what they call it on the back of a book. That's a blur, I think. Okay, so the blur goes like this: awaken to the whisper, reclaim your power, step into your true self. There is a force woven into the fabric of existence, an ancient whisper calling you to remember who you truly are. You have felt it in the stillness of nature, in the questions that keep you awake at night, in the quiet knowing that you were meant for more. For centuries, humanity has been led astray, trapped in cycles of fear, separation, and control. But the time of awakening is now. Listening to the whisper is not just a book, it is a guide to your own evolution. Through forgotten wisdoms, ancient truths, and the power of your own consciousness, you will unlock the hidden forces that has always guided you. The truth about God, the source, and the cosmic design. The sacred power within your mind, body, and soul. The illusions that have kept you small, and how to break free. How AI, technology, and spirituality are converging to shape the next era. This is more than knowledge, it is activation. It is time to step beyond limitations, awaken the divine spark within, and reclaim your place in the cosmic dance. You are not lost. You never were small. You were always meant to see, to rise. Are you ready to remember? Yeah.
Wow.
So that's the blur.
What can we say? That's pulled me in straight away. My mind's doing somersaults. I want to know more. I want to know more. Tom, you've been an absolute perfect guest. Thank you so much
Oh,
for agreeing to come on
thank
and
you for having
sharing
me.
your story. It has been such a pleasure to hear of all your wonderful journeys so far. And I would like to invite you back at some point where we can have a deeper conversation and maybe look at some of these theories and go from a spiritual perspective, all these different avenues. And I'd love to do that with you at a later date if you'd
No, I'd
be
love to too, Glenn. I'd love to.
excellent. So, Tom, have you got any inspirational words that you would like to share with the audience? How would you like to leave them?
I'd like to leave you with this, and that is that um, anything is possible if you believe you can do it. Belief is how we create. It's how we attract. So if you've got a dream inside, go for it. Don't try not to fear yourself. Don't fear yourself. Just don't fear. I mean, it's written God knows how many times in the Bible. Don't fear. Have no fear. And that's what you've got to move forward. So move forward in life without fear and just enjoy the present moment.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Tom. Thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. Can I ask you all that you share, you like, you heart, you comment, and let's get Tom's message as far and wide as possible, because this is a beautiful gentleman right before you, and he deserves all the love and praise and abundance coming back to himself. So thank you, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. God bless. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to From Beyond. For more information about what products and services Glenn provides, go to Glenn Boddice Spiritual Medium